Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to take you through another voiceover of a training session that I did in my garage. This time I had the luxury of my wife doing the majority of the filming, so it was a lot more enjoyable. But yeah, full body workout, this time with a little bit of neck work at the end, which would be something different. And yeah, hope you enjoy. So before I started this first set of Zercher squats, I was doing a little bit of a warm-up, some glute bridges. I've never jumped straight into a set like this with my back, even though it's not a lot of weight. Sorry, I'm not very strong with lower body stuff. My back's been a big issue over the past few years, hence why I'm trying to get stronger. So another set here. I think I do 2 or 3 sets, 20 kilos aside, 10 or 12 reps depending on how I'm feeling, and then every few weeks I'll try and add a little bit of weight to that. Benefits of these Zercher squats are I've got long femurs, I think they're called, long legs compared to my torso, so whenever I do a back squat I tend to tip forwards a lot, so my chest kind of drops forwards, puts a lot of strain on my back. Otherwise I feel like I'm falling backwards just from the way my legs are built. Whereas doing it like this with the weight out in front, the weight kind of counterbalances. There's a counterbalance there, so it kind of allows me to squat nice and deep into the movement. So straight after the Zerchers, looks like in between I'm just doing a little bit of light hinge work, so a stiff-legged deadlift with some kettlebells again. Could probably do with more weight, like that's quite light for me. So yeah, in time get a few more kettlebells and go from there. I'm doing some inverted overhand grip rows here. Really good back exercise with your hands over the bar, so a pronated grip. You tend to hit more of the upper back rear delts, which is what I'm focusing on at the moment. Wife no doubts asked me to pose. So what a simple man. Yes, you're stupid. Set 2, some more inverted rows. So I'm trying to be a little bit explosive on the bottom there, just to build a little bit of power. Helps me with training. Otherwise, chest to the bar, down all the way. And at the end here, as I'm failing, still milking out those last 2 half reps. Little my Gary there. Last set, I've opted for the rings. I think this is just so I can hit a little bit of my lats on this last set. When your hands are pronated, so like an overhand grip, again it's more of the upper back and rear delts, whereas the more you tuck your pinkies inwards, the more you're going to hit your lats. Again, all the way down, all the way up. Looks like I couldn't do any more there, but always time for a little bit of a flex. Not that one though. Triceps let me down. So supersetting that last set of ring rows with some staggered stance, bent over kettlebell rows. Staggered stance helps keep the pressure off my back, and I'm really just trying to fry my lats here just to make that set count. First set on the bench. I think my shoulder was a little bit better today, so I was able to go a little heavier. First set's a warm-up set, making sure my technique's right and my shoulder's not too sore. Yep, we're all good. My perm is so good. It's obviously time for a haircut, but I'm thinking about just growing it. I don't know how much longer I'm going to have it for. Maybe I should just grow a long Tarzan sort of mop. So in between sets here, I think from memory my shoulder was hurting. So I think I'm going to do like a variation of a face pull, but with the rose here, just to try and turn on some of those muscles in my back, help stabilize my shoulder during the next set. As you can see, like there's plenty that you can do with, a pull-up bar and a set of rings and a little bit of weight. I think this whole setup cost me under 500 bucks too. So if you consider a gym membership, probably paying at least $1,000 a year. Yeah, this is way cheaper. And nowhere to drive to either. I'm a personal trainer, so I actually have access to like all the gyms in my area, but sometimes it's just so nice just training at home. No one around you. Yeah, back to the video. Stretching out my lats here. Tight lats can also be an issue with shoulders if you've ever heard that before. This looks like my final set on the bench here. So I've got a 20, 10 and a 5. If you notice the way I set up there, I try to keep my upper back on the bench and a little gap there where my lower back meets the bench there. Just kind of helps put you in a position to really press with your chest and keep your shoulders out of it. And I think it even shortens the range of motion a little bit too. So without a spot there, it's probably where I feel safe to just rack it. And this is a superset with some dumbbells, with 12.5s. I learned this one watching Charles Glass on YouTube, but it's supposed to hit the inner part of your upper chest really well, and that's where I feel it. So what you do is you squeeze the dumbbells together and you press from your chest over your head. So not just straight up, but up and a little bit over. And you really squeeze your upper chest as you're doing it. Upper chest is something that I think a lot of men struggle to develop. So I'm in that boat too. Yeah, glad it's over. Doing a variation of a rear delt fly here. So using the bench to support my weight and really just focus on the muscles that I'm trying to hit. So I've got my hands in a neutral grip again. So the more you pronate the more you sort of turn your hands over, like an overhand sort of grip with the dumbbells, the more you're going to hit your rear delts. But I like this one because why not hit your traps too, And again, yeah, I think this is a superset as well. So straight from that rear delt fly to just a standard lateral raise. This is going to hit your side delts, so the ones that make your shoulders look nice and full and round. And I'm not using a lot of weight here. I don't think you need to use a lot of weight for lateral raise. I'm just really trying to have good form, and kind of like you're pouring 2 cups at the top, milking out those last reps again. Gee, that's a vulnerable position there. I've got my belly hanging out, coming to the end of a very well-fed strength phase, mass phase, whatever you call it. Looking like a Teletubby. And again, that's not toilet paper, that's the tag at the back of my pants. I obviously done something weird there, but style is not my thing. Yeah, but this is a like a lat pullover. Good for the lats, good for the serratus too. Superset with a bicep curl with the kettlebells. So supersets are a great way to increase the intensity of your workouts and maximize time. If I was to do all of this sort of back to back, I'd probably be able to, you know, maybe hit the muscle that I'm targeting a little bit more intensely, but you know, I don't really want to be in the gym for an hour and a half, especially when I'm doing full body. I'm only doing full body workouts at this stage, so supersets have been a common thing. This is probably where my wife needed to go do something important, and I'm doing the filming myself. I'm doing some skull crushes here with the dumbbells. Try and build up those baby triceps. Looks like she's back. So looks like we're finishing off with some concentration curls. Arnold used to do this back in the day. Yeah, there's not much to say here. Concentration curls. Get a nice squeeze at the top there. Some would argue that these are not the best choice because you kind of lose that tension at the bottom of the movement, but you kind of do with any curl, any standing barbell curl. The resistance is going to be it's going to drop off at the bottom there, but you know, all of the greats from the past all did basic barbell curls and concentration curls, and I think they've got better arms than the pros of today. We're talking bodybuilding. I think that's the end of the workout. Now I do some neck stuff from memory. Nope, I'm wrong. One more set of triceps. Alright, so I got this iron neck a few months ago, and it's really simplified my neck training. So neck training has been something that I always wanted to do consistently for a long time, but it's just always been a pain in the butt to, like, you know, lie down on the bench on the side, try not to fall off. You got to balance a plate on your head, so more often than not I would just skip it. But with this thing here, you just clip it onto your whatever you've got. Like, I'm using my pull-up bar here. You put the helmet on, everything's like a straightforward, just attaches nice and easy, and then you can just start repping it out. So you got all directions, so backwards, forwards, and side to side on each side. Gives you a really good pump in your neck too. All those little aches and pains in my neck that I usually have just throughout the day, since I've been doing this, they've been much better. When I finish doing this, like, my neck feels brand new. And I think I've made some size gains on my neck too. Having a big thick neck makes you look strong, even if you're not. And there's nothing worse than, like, being really big and jacked and having a tiny pencil neck. It just doesn't look right. Yeah, not the prettiest looking move. Bit awkward to watch. Yes, yes. It's me feeling it out. Like I said, brand new. So I think I'd do this 3 times, 20 reps each way, and I'll do that 2 or 3 times, depending on how quickly I want to get out of there. This one that I do here, where I'm working the back of my neck, I think the band doesn't feel hard enough compared to sides and going forwards. So I finish with a different exercise just to make sure I hit the back of my neck. I think it's after this. Always cool having a few bicep veins after a nice little arm pump. Wish they were like that all the time. My eyes are closed here just so that I don't stare into the camera awkwardly like an idiot. Luckily we got a different angle here. in my opinion, my neck is looking heaps thicker compared to what it used to. I've been only using this thing just for a few months too. It does make you feel like you got extremely high blood pressure though towards the end. Yeah, and like I said before, I'm just finishing off the back of my neck here, just because I feel like that's probably a little bit too strong for that band. So I'm just working with a 12 kilo kettlebell. Probably should have spent a bit more time putting it on because it doesn't look like it's on right. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else on after this, but thanks for watching, and if there's anything else that you'd like to see me do on this channel, just drop them down in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye.